So what we're thinking now is to deploy the machine learning pipeline, and therefore each of the function in place has to be orchestrated. We are using a number of AI-enabled applications, so we would need to be able to efficiently and properly provision them. The system has, in terms of machine learning pipeline, many potential, say, vulnerability. Therefore, we are starting out and having in place at the same time solutions that are really trustworthy, they are resilient, and in particular, they preserve privacy when we deal with different type of data, and which may or may not involve PII. So, yeah, person identifiable information. And what we're thinking currently is that the machine learning could be the potential. The machine learning can be further enhanced by making it work with the machine reasoning. Now, looking beyond and thinking of how the system could further evolve, I have captured on a slide the key trends, or if you want, the key challenges and the potential solutions to meet those the corresponding requirements. So my vision is that simple, all intelligence will be connected and with zero trust, and through the digital twinning using 5G, 6G, and in particular, the machine reasoning will meet machine learning at the edge of the network, being the edge anything that is around and user practically. Looking at the 5G today would be on the Mac, so the multi-access computing platforms. And yeah, because we have to basically address the challenges we are having today. In particular, you may think of the costs that artificial intelligence has. And as you may see on this slide from the IIT in Italy, so there was a presentation by Roberto Singolani and Giorgio Metta. You can see that how ineffective and also inefficient artificial intelligence is today, and the power cost per operation, it is between 1,000 to 5,000 higher than in machines compared to what would cost humans to perform the same type of operations. And then, of course, we have other challenges. That means that all intelligence will be transferred to the edge and centralized. There are no other possible solutions to simply address this particular challenge. The intelligence will be therefore moving at the edge, and which means definitely no more than 150 kilometers from the device, due to the constraints we are having in delay in the propagation. So between the 2 points, so we are expecting latency below 10 milliseconds. And then, yeah, if you look at the machine learning itself, the pattern recognition techniques, there are many problems and limitations and biases. So we need to find a way to improve their performance and reliability. And one way to do that is to make the machine reasoning algorithm work together with exchange services with the machine learning. Then it's of course a must now to digitalize pretty much everything. So not only business processes, but also what we see and touch. And that is necessary for us to improve the efficiency and improve the productivity and reduce the CO2 or green gas emissions by 2025 or latest by 2030. And another important thing that has to happen is the profound shifting paradigm now from the 5G to beyond 5G and 6G, because of what we think of designing now. It's not anymore a system that we connect the machines, but we need to find a way to proper connect the intelligence. So the visions and the revolutionary goal we are having with 6G is simply to shift from anything connected that is the mission, the goal, and what practically 5G achieves to connect all intelligence. And what we are expecting is that the mobile communication system will be the fundamental, so the connected networks would be a fundamental enabler for the proliferations of artificial intelligence. And the network itself will practically be used as a sensor, as the eyes of the different intelligent entities to augment the machine intelligence, which is a defined, and I'm defining intelligence as the ability to represent knowledge, process knowledge, and also make a decision. If any of these three elements is missing, we may not consider that particular machine intelligence. No, the vision of the 6G network is in high level represented on this slide. So the target is to connect the physical world and the cyber world, and that will be through virtual, augmented virtual reality and augmented reality. So it's going to be a system that will support different type of channels of communication. So in the downlink, we are thinking of virtual reality type of communication, VR, AR, as that will be the way of communicating between the cyber and the physical world. We need to carry the tactile signals, so haptic feedback for a full immersive interactive experience, or even holographic experience, with the possibility of have by playing with the holograms, the same thing as I had my hands on the physical elements. And then, of course, the inferencing, which means the way of carrying, transmitting, sharing the trained models and allow inference in the different path and or different device platforms. And in the uplink, the system taking advantage of the fact that it receives and transmits especially at the millimeter wave and terahertz, it will be really will have capability of sensing and learning. So in this case, we are thinking of a massive amount of data that will reach out the network, that will consist of the base stations that will transform into neural edge, and the core network will be generalized in terms of neural centers and the communications and the capability of reaching out the services will be not only using terrestrial access, transmitting and receiving points, but we will integrate the communication via the satellites. And the satellites in use will be the low Earth orbiting satellites with the altitude that ranges from 300 to 1.5 kilometers, which would allow us to achieve speeds of less than 3 milliseconds, and practically speaking means faster than the deployed fiber. This is due to the orthodontic surface distance, which will be longer than what we could get by making communication 2 points via LEO satellites. The satellites will be very fast with an Earth rotation time of around 2 hours, and the coverage will be also massive, as the footprint expected will be between 100 to 1,000 kilometers. So the network architecture drivers or the fundamental shift in paradigm to achieve a 6G system are represented on this slide. So we need to shift from today cloud-centric system to a system that is truly AI native. We need to move from information-centric to a network as a sensor. So it will be really the sensing capability of the system that will make the difference, also with respect to what you can do with the 5G today, with respect to the main goal of 6G. Security-centric today, I presented earlier how the security controls have been enhanced in 5G respect to the LTE. The target will be to achieve a solutions or that meets the requirements of a defense in-depth strategy augmented by the zero trust model with security by design from day one. We will shift from a generic bit pipe as it is today to user-centric type solutions, and the end user will be coming finally, ultimately, also the prosumer. So that means the services will be not only made available by the carriers of today, but the end user, whatever the end user is, an individual as a customer, sorry, a consumer, or working from home, or an organization, will be a part of the ecosystem that generate the new services, including making available knowledge in whatever its representation will be to the broader community. Here you have an example of initiatives ongoing globally, and I'm particularly close to what happened in Europe, as I was one of the founders of 5G initiative. I have formulated with my colleagues the vision of 5G, and with my team, we have contributed to all fundamental enabling technologies you're having today in the 5G system in terms of communications, but also AI application. Therefore, I am still involved the activity on Going Europe, where you may see that for the 6G within the smart networks and services joint initiative. So it's a private partnership that have made available 900 millions over 7 years, which means 200 millions more that were invested when I was in Europe with my colleagues, which, by the way, I miss so much. That ranges from the European Commissions down to all vendors, because vendors, they have a need to work together to achieve an agreement in terms of standardization, cooperate, so that we really aim at achieving the best out of the best in terms of architectures and enabling technology, but also means the carriers and the ecosystem of players that have allowed us to achieve what you have today on 5G. With that concludes my presentations. I thank you very much for having me today. I'm normally usually sharing what is public available. I can make publicly available on LinkedIn, and you may find me behind this link, and you may follow me by click on follow. when you reach out my profile to stay updated and receive the latest information, especially my contributions in the field of artificial intelligence, IoT in general, 5G, and now we are starting our journey on 6G. And here you have examples of contributions that I have already made available. As of today, we have reached out more than 200,000 views and downloads on LinkedIn. With that, my presentations, and I thank you so much. And yeah, let's stay connected on LinkedIn. Thank you and goodbye.